As I said in a previous video, I'd played with the Crossbone Gundam Cross 1 before, but I didn't really have any use for it. Too much melee for my taste. Or rather, it's a unit that it's an awkward unit for me in one big way. It has a pure ranged mode and a pure melee mode. There's a number of units actually throughout my hangar that do the very same thing. One of the more prominent ones is probably Destiny Gundam. And the problem I find with this is that when you're in one mode, everybody knows you're in that mode because Softmax intentionally made a visual representation. With Destiny Gundam, for example, when it's in its melee mode, the tips of its wings go upward. You see the pink thrust coming out of its wings, whatever, and then it has a large sword in its hand. When it boosts around, it has after images, so you know, oh, okay, it's not able to shoot. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, it can't shoot right now, so I'm going to start shooting at it. But then, when you start shooting at it, I'm going to counter you by switching to ranged mode. The wingtips are going to go down, the beam rifle will show up in the hand, or it'll throw the beam boomerangs around. And you go, oh, okay, he's in ranged mode, so now I'm going to move in with my melee. But a normal unit, vast majority of units out there, for argument's sake, Savior Gundam, melee is just in weapon mode, or weapon 1. And then weapon 2 and 3 is usually ranged weapons. With Destiny Gundam, again, for argument's sake, just Destiny. I'm not picking on Destiny, just it's the closest one I had. With the Destiny Gundam, you have to transform. And it takes time to transform. It takes just enough time. To be fair, Destiny has one of the fastest transformations in the game. If not the fastest. It's damn, the agility on it is very, very high. If that counts towards transformation. But anyways, it's a flaw that can be exploited, especially by people who are fast enough, who are able to respond fast enough in PvP, and they know what's going on. Okay, he's in melee mode, so that means I can shoot him. That's where he's going to be weak. He can't get to me, so I'm going to outrange him. And then when he tries to match that or try to outrange you, oh, okay, I'm going to switch to melee mode. I'm going to pull out my weapon 1, and I'm just going to hack away at him because he doesn't have time to transform back. So with these two units, it's a funny thing having to deal with. I'm trying to look around right now for units that are pure range, pure melee in my hangar. I'm probably slipping right past them. But anyways, that's one of the reasons I like Jack of all trades. For example, Crossbone Cross 3, because it has. Come on. There we go. The thing I like, not necessarily Destiny Gundam, but the thing I like about it is it's a jack of all trades. It can do both the ranged game and the melee game, but it has a pure ranged mode, which is actually pretty damn fun. But it can also do the close range game because it's got a common beam rifle, and then it's got melee, beam rifle, melee, and both the melee attacks on this are quite powerful. They're quite good. So This is a unit. It's not pure ranged, pure melee, but it's a jack of all trades. It plays both roles equally well. Yes, the weapon 2 is a ranged weapon, but whatever. So the where is it? Oh, I can't believe that's on there. The Crossbone Cross 1 is one of those units. Not only does it have more melee than I prefer, but it's also a pure range, pure melee unit, which I find to be quite awkward. Yeah, it means you have more advantage, you have more material to work with when you're using just melee or when you're using just ranged, but it takes time to transform. You can't multitask very well with you can't multitask with a unit that is pure ranged in one mode and pure melee in another. That's a difficult thing to do. Well, at least for me, it's difficult to do. Yeah, there. Okay. I wonder if I should get rid of this just to. Actually, yeah. I had a moment of clarity, if I'm going to sacrifice my Double Zeta Gundam. I've been told that the enhanced Double Zeta is broken. That it's OP. The last time I used one of these things, I said to myself, I'm not really impressed with the weapons layout. It felt awkward to use. That was pre-G generation when I used it, and people are saying nowadays it's broken. And I said to myself, maybe someday I'll make it. Well, since I'm getting rid of my original double zeta, maybe I should make one of these. So I'm here I am with another enhanced double zeta, and I can always use it to make another Penelope or something in the future. But anyways, with that out of the way, now I feel comfortable to make this. But anyways, the double zeta, not really happy. This should have been something different. It should have had a different weapon layout. It should have been, well, for one, it shouldn't have had dumbfire rockets on it. It should have had homing missiles, but, that's another argument for another time. Now, you'll notice the level on this one, level 10, this was actually this right here was my very first blueprint ever. My very first one, right here. When I joined SDGO almost 3 years ago, this was my first one. It served me quite well. The big problem with it was it was a paper. Still is a paper. Ava, what's a paper? So naturally has poor boost duration on it, and its armor's not exactly the greatest, nor is its agility. So, and aside from the fact, I've got enhanced double zeta, I've got Zeta Awakened. So, don't really need one of these anymore. It's just kind of outshined by other things in my hangar at this point anyways. To be fair, though, it is an awesome little spammer. I think there's only like 14, 15 shots on the beam rifle. You can fire it 40 times because of the reload up skill. I mean, it is a fast reload on that beam rifle. In both modes, by the way. As soon as you run out of ammo in one mode, you can switch to the other mode and just pick up where you left off. I did some good mission grinding in this, too. So, yeah. The original A-Rank Zeta Gundam. Good thing. Super Gundam, complete opposite. Has dumbfire, which, by the way, not only is it dumbfire, but it fires very, very slowly, and it does very, very little damage, and the splash isn't anything to talk about. And then it has a long-range beam cannon with a long reload because it doesn't have the sniper skill attached to it. And it's also a paper, and it doesn't transform, so this thing is basically one of the worst units. I can arguably, Super Gundam is the worst unit in the game as far as I'm concerned. Arguably, at least in terms of papers. I hate it with a passion, and I hear people say, "Oh no, Ava, it's such a trollsy unit." Well, unfortunately, I'm not a troll, so I wouldn't know. Therefore, Super Gundam can GTFO. O Gundam, don't really care. It's beam rifle and beam rifle with a stun. They're both medium range. Don't care. And then the last one, I'm gonna have to do some digging because this one's really buried. Oh, look, another Super Gundam. See, there you are, Victory Gundam. Don't give a shit. I had to recharge this thing because it was at level 5, and stupid me, burnt it out before we I think it was a case of I switched to another unit when it burned out, and I didn't have a chance to recharge, or I didn't have a chance to increase it to level 7. So yeah. Anyways, I've got to. Yeah. Okay. I hate Victory Gundam. By the way, just it's not what it. I don't care about Victory Gundam. I really don't. And apparently neither does that bolt doing crunches in the background there. Look at that, right behind the capsule. Look at that. What's he doing? It's in some sort of wacky headbanging action over there. What is that? I don't know. As I've said before, I've played with this. I played with the demo version, and as I was just saying, pure ranged, pure melee mode. Not my thing. Don't get me wrong, the skills on it are just fine. Excuse me, I just had dinner. That long-range defense is actually a nice thing to have around. It actually takes 2 long-range shots to knock down, which is interesting. Defense all weapons, nice defense, which increase in defense. Oh god, don't get me started. And booster recovery rate. Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense because it's a rock, so it already has a good boost duration, so you don't have to worry about that. I had to get one of these eventually just because I want to get the, the Skull Heart, not the full cloth version, which, by the way, is, it goes from a, melee ranged mode to a pure melee mode. I'm never going to get the SR version, I'm never going to get the SS version. Wait, I am going for the SS version. I'm confused. I'm probably not going to do anything with it. Basically, the only reason I built this was to use it and use it and lose it. So, I mean, I really don't care. Maybe it's changed, and maybe my tastes have changed. I don't know, but I doubt I'm gonna like this very much. Like I said, I've got Crossbone Cross 3. That's really the definitive Crossbone Gundam I've got. So I mean, I really don't care. I'm not gonna combine it because I'm not gonna waste. You only combine if you really like a unit, and I don't. What are you doing, Ava? You're just kind of dragging through stuff that doesn't matter here. Seems to me it's the shoulders and the chest. I suppose I don't have to do this again just because it's so similar to the Crossbone Kai. But, I'll do it anyways just for the sake of continuity. It's taking me some getting used to on that Crossbone Kai. I'll be honest. It's been a challenge. Especially that Mode 1 Weapon 1 melee, the non-dash, that thing has just been phew. It's a bunch of antennas and vents and stuff like that, so why would you want to highlight it? Why would you want it to stick out? Why would you add orange? I don't care. Perfect. Yeah, whatever. That looks nice. And that would be the other color scheme I've come up with. I don't think I have to color the eyes just because it's bright enough. Yeah, that's fine where it is. So yeah, anyways, that's an awesome resets animation. Not gonna have a whole heck of a lot of things to say about this one, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm a bit on the quiet side. Melee is more or less as powerful as the Crossbone Kai that I reviewed previously. With the added advantage, there is one advantage for you melee players out there, which you probably already know about, and that's the combo attack, the 8 hits to knock down, which is not something... I'm not very good at it, but I can try. Of course, they won't survive long enough, so I can't do it that well. Oh yeah, weapon 2 doesn't burn out. Yeah, right there. I did like an 8 or a 10 right there. And it's basically, like, weapon 2 is actually one of those, it's one of those very rare melee weapons where, in addition to the standard weapon 1 melee, it's another melee weapon that you never use up. It doesn't have ammo, and you don't have a cooldown on it. Like this one, you see, that has a cooldown on it, and I totally screwed up when I threw that thing. But weapon 2 never runs out of ammo. I can swing till the cows come home. It's never going to run out of ammo. So literally, weapon 1, weapon 2, you can go forever. See, I just hit him 10 times, I think. Something like that. 8. I think it's maximum 8 times you can hit. Whatever. That one you can actually knock down. Like, you can actually use all 3 weapons. Like, yeah, listen to me teaching melee combat techniques. Okay. You can actually use all 3 weapons for what's known as... you can literally use all 3 weapons in a combo. And you can just go and go and go and go, basically until they fall over. Now these drones, like, I mean, you can literally you can kill 1 C rank with this thing. See, I just hit him like 9 times, I think. And now for ranged mode. If I'm not a big melee player, then the ranged mode isn't going to help me very much. Yeah, it's got a beam rifle. Nine shots. And a decent-sized reload. Weapon 2 doesn't hit the doesn't hit the ground. Okay, anyways, you should have known that earlier. That's gonna splash. There you go. It's a slow. Woo! It's a dumbfire grenade, and by the way, you can totally tell when he has it out because his the tip of his gun gets all red and bulbous. Need I say more? See, the damage is about the same. And you see, it's a single shot dumbfire, which is in and of itself pretty rare. But it certainly has good speed attached to it, though. See, there he is attaching it. He actually attaches the grenade to it in the special attack. So that's it. Crossbone Cross 1 doesn't get any bonuses from its skills unless it reaches, what, 50% I think, so there's no reason for me to build up SP right now. If I were damaged, that'd be another issue. That is an excellent boost duration. I think I stopped it a hair early, but yeah, that's just amazing boost duration. Without a booster part, by the way, without assistance of any kind, it just did that boost all by itself from one side to the other. That's pretty damn awesome. If only Destiny Gundam could do that. Yeah, I don't think you want to take off unless the booster's full. So it's shorter just because it doesn't have to try and out-dodge melee. So that's because it's actually the one doing the shooting. So that's why ranged mode is. Whoa! Why did they jump? That's weird. So, anyways, the melee is absolutely unquestionably beastly. This is one of those few S ranks that can kill other S ranks. Basically, once the Cross 1 gets a hold of a unit, with its melee, once it gets a hold of a unit, it will not let go. Ever. Slow them down with that. And then just basically melee the shit out of them until they're dead. Which is just, that's got to be one of the, I can't say trollsiest, but that's just one of the meanest possible things you can do to someone like me on the battlefield. It's just melee until I'm dead. Actually had that happen to me one time with a Sandrock custom. Oh, that was frustrating. So if you like using melee, this guy's absolutely worth it. And I suppose if you're a melee player, it has the bonus mode of having ranged weapons on it. Even manages to throw in a little dumbfire for some reason. But it's a dumbfire with a good reload rate. It's a single shot, and it's... I think it's splash. I think there is a little bit of splash on it. Let's see. I think I kind of cheated there. Yeah, there's a splash on it. So, I mean, how effective is a slow in pure ranged mode? I'm not certain. Probably the slow, the grenade, like, you're just going to be shooting away at blah, 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 whatever. They get too close, so you're going to fire the grenade, which will give you just enough time to transform and start beating the crap out of them. So, yeah. Not a unit that I'm going to use regularly, but it's still pretty damn awesome. I don't know, I might use it. I'm not sure.